Everybody, my name is Dr. Oolong. I am the Mad Doctor of Spark. Welcome to MAGFEST 2024. We're starting the day off with some information sessions here. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up, y'all. Go right into the next match. Some information sessions here, showcasing some of the great games we have back here as part of the VR Zone. This game's name is Blaston. In case this is the first time you're hearing about me, this is one of my primary games I've run for, I think, 3 years now online as part of VR Fight Nights. Oh, drop the shield. This is a PvP bullet hell shooter. So it is strictly the 1v1 format. All the bullets are fairly quick, but slow enough that you can reasonably dodge them. So it's less about shooting directly at your opponent and more so about trying to catch your opponent out of position and hit them with a whole bunch of different projectiles. This is our standard game mode right here. Each player gets 6 weapons that they can choose from. And of course, playing in best of 3 rounds and trying to eliminate the health of your opponent. We'll be getting into some of the weapons here in a little bit, but if you are interested in anything you're seeing here today, we're actually running a Blaston knockout bracket here tonight at 7 o'clock. That's going to be a full bracket. We're also going to be having mag points as our reward. Very good job, y'all. If you want to do one more, and then we'll get you guys in another game mode. Actually, you know what, folks? I'm going to go ahead and switch them out to another game mode right now. All right. I think we're in. There we go. All right. Oh, we're a little bit cut off here, it looks like. Attempt to wrangle our. Well, unfortunately, we're not really going to be able to do too much. So this is, Blaston has 4 standard game modes right now. This is one that was released, 2 years ago now. This is our shootout game mode, very different. Each player is only going to get one weapon. That is going to be the Dead Ringer. There we go. And as you can see, it fires pretty dang quickly. So this one is definitely about dodging. But each player is only going to be able to take 5 hits. So these are very rapid rounds, as you can tell. Actually, we ran a tournament for this at DreamHack recently. A big old 28-person elimination bracket. So that was pretty fun. There we go. All right, there's some dodging. There's some dodging. You saw him on the cams there, folks. He's starting to get into it now. Going a little bit further into Blaston's mechanics, so each weapon is on its own individual timer, and each weapon will only start respawning once the last weapon has completely finished spawning. So in this game mode, it's actually more beneficial to just throw your gun directly into the ground to try and minimize the amount of time that you spend reloading. There we go. Baz going to go ahead and take the win over here. All right. Y'all want to do one more for us. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and illustrate what this game really looks like. Oh. we're a little bit far off compared to what we're usually looking for. All right, so this is going to be a little bit of a fun one. We'll hang out on this game mode for a little bit. This is Arctic Freeze. This is a game mode featuring randomized loadouts. So the cameras are kind of blocking our loadouts here at the bottom of the screen, but I will try and attempt to explain some of these weapons both for the benefit of our players and the benefit of our audience who is watching here. So what you're seeing right now there is the Viper Ellipse. So Viper is, ooh, there we go, taking out of bounds damage. Viper is our sniper set of weaponry. So very small projectiles that travel very quickly. The unique thing about these snipers is that you can actually curve the bullets. So if our players are able to lead the bullets and curve them, they can actually do some pretty cool mix-up shots. On top of that, we do have the Frostbite, simple snowball weapon, very low cooldown, pretty decent damage. Oh, there we go, going ahead and hitting. We've got the Hurricane right there, too. That's a lobbing weapon. Ooh, okay, going ahead and hitting with the Tundra. Ooh, all right. Very well played. That Tundra is deadly. All right, you guys want to go into one more match for me here? All right, let's do it. And if anyone would like a turn up here on stage, you can just hit that thumbs up next time you want to do it. It's okay. This will actually randomize your loadouts again, so just let me know what that code is. One 46931. Okay, and we are going into, oh gosh, what is this one called? This one's called Blaston. Honestly, folks, I completely forget. We usually don't play this one. This is the most recent game that they put out, and it was put out, I think, about a year ago at this point. Very similar to Showdown, which is the one you saw with the pistols, except your different weaponry is being used here. And you can see those Novas breaking the sound barrier. So those big purple balls that you see are Novas. That's kind of our defensive class of weaponry. Very good at trapping your opponent, but everything in Blaston has 3 different stats. Damage, which is how much damage it does to players. Collision, which is how much damage it does to projectiles. And health, which is how much damage something can take before it disappears. So you have this concept of being able to shoot down your opponent's bullets in-game and also use your own bullets to block on incoming fire. So that's where the Nova really shines. Not necessarily in this game mode. This game mode's a little bit goofy when it comes to that. But it was meant to show off the Luma, which is our bow weaponry here. Actually a collab with, I forget the specific name of the game, but it's the Horizon game where you have the bow and arrow. And this actually shook up our meta quite a little bit because, as you can see, it doesn't have a very high reload speed or a speed between shots. So players, especially in the standard game mode, were able to just pop off a lot of really high damaging shots. There's also a variant of it that also curves. And you can see now why we usually don't play this game mode. It is very hard to hit your opponent at this distance with these weapons. Shockingly hard, in fact.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Okay, there we go. Getting hit with the Nova at the very least.
2, 1. Round over.
I don't know how we ended up with a tie and had someone win the round, but we're going to go ahead and take that.
Blast on.
They scared me. I thought the game froze for a second there. Oh, there we go. Okay, hitting with the Luma right off the bat. Woo. Okay, he's starting to get used to it now. Oh no, you released the wrong hand. little tweak here to our setup here. There we go. All right.
Round is over.
There we go. We've got our blue player over here taking it back.
Blaston.
All right. It's anyone's game, folks. It's anyone's game. Unfortunately, this game mode has never reached the professional appeal that it should have, but I digress. These game modes are a ton of fun. Also, the game is completely free to play. I should definitely mention that. Went free to play about a year ago, and it still has a really good competitive scene going for it. Oh no, drops the Nova again. And although we are scratching the surface here, there is a ton of depth to this game. As I mentioned before, that whole interaction between bullets and other projectiles, but also just the different types of weaponry. All right, folks, if you want to go back, I would recommend either going back to Standard Duel or maybe the Frozen League. I can help lead you guys through some of those weapon choices if you'd like. Feel free to give me a code whenever you're ready. All right, good choice, good choice. All right, I'm going to try to lead these folks through some weapons. So, talking about the Tundra first. The Tundra is the one that's firing off those icicles. It's actually supposed to be a snowball thrower. Those are going to be really fast weapons, but on a delay. And your opponent's given a really obvious audio cue as to when that weapon's coming. So with those snipers, if you were to curve the bullet, you can curve the bullet like you can in that one movie. There we go. Okay, all right. Getting a little bit more accurate with those. So talking about some more in-depth mechanics, you can notice that some of the more aggressive weapons have longer barrels. This is actually intentional. You are very limited as far as the amount of room that you are given to play the game in. The game will punish you heavily if you try and step out of bounds at any point and do a ton of damage to you. However, you can get to the front of your podium and use the longer barreled weapons to reduce the amount of time your opponent has to react to stuff that's coming towards them. So especially with the Viper and the Tundra, they're going to want to get as close to, ooh, there we go, nice. As close to the front of their play area as possible.
3, 2, 1, blast on.
So leading these bullets, there's actually several weapons that allow you to curve the bullets, and as you can imagine at higher level play, they're used very extensively in the meta. The best way to visualize it here is to see the little trail heading out from your barrel as you're curving the weapon. It'll leave a little bit of a trail behind. That trail is the angle at which your bullet is going to head towards. So that's what's going to set its initial trajectory. Based on that. So you kind of have to lead things down or do a bit of an uppercut motion. If you guys want to hit that thumbs up and go into your next round.
Three, 2, 1, blast on.
All right, and as I stated before, we've got a lot of events going on here today. Here in just about 40 minutes, we're going to be having a Q&A session with the Light Brigade devs. Light Brigade is a roguelike shooter inspired by the likes of Until You Fall and Dark Souls. Pretty fun. We've been running it as more of an advanced game here at the VR zone. We're excited to get those devs on board. Then we'll be having our Pistol Whip High Score Tournament. We're going to be having 3 rounds of play, each with a different song, each on party mode. The winner of that is going to go ahead and get some mag points, as there are 5 players up here, by the way. We're not just leaving them high and dry.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Ooh, all right. You got to use 2 hands. You got 2 hands. Might as well make use of them. After that, we're going to be having our the Vigo King of the Hill tournament over here on our big screen. DeVigo is a PC versus VR game. We've got up to 4 players on controllers versus 1 person inside the headset. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then also at 7 o'clock, we're going to be running a full-size, a single elimination Blaston bracket here at MAGFEST. So if you're interested in any of those events, go over to those tablets over there in the corner. We'll get you set up. Also, from 11 to 12 tonight, we're actually going to be having one of our Tribe XR DJs coming in and providing us with some nice tunes from the metaverse. So if you're interested in any sort of music production, I would highly suggest you check that out as well. Definitely a cool piece of software, especially for learning. All right, hit him with the snowball. All right, and there we go. All right, if you want to stick in this play mode, I would still suggest going out to the main menu and coming back in. That way it refreshes your guys' loadouts. If not, feel free to select another game mode. We'll probably have you in for about 1 to 2 more games. All right, ready when you are. 652 227. All right, we're just going back to standard gameplay.
3, 2, 1, blast on.
Also, what you're seeing here is the Blaston Spectator client. Blaston Spectator client was developed 2 years ago, actually with some of my input, as a way of just making things a little bit easier. One of the troubles we have in the VR esports world is just trying to show people the games that we're playing and illustrate, you know, how much movement's involved, how much we're actually doing when we're in the game. It's not as simple as just hitting a button on a controller. So I've got 9 different views available over here, including a first-person view and over-the-shoulder view for each one of our players. And it's been really pivotal in helping us illustrate the action. You can't quite see it, but you can also see everyone's health boost. There we go. We've got our orange player taking the win there.
3, 2, 1.
And, you know, I really appreciate the developers being able to put a lot of time here into this. As someone who runs a whole bunch of tournaments in virtual reality, many times, if you saw the Walkabout tournament, for example, yesterday, involves me sort of puppeting a headset over here and trying to make sure that everything's good to go. So being able to just log into a computer, enter in a code, is just so nice. Greatly appreciate that. Oh! You know, running into some of that Raptor fire. Raptor's kind of your jab equivalent in this game. Sitting at only a 2-second cooldown, being able to very quickly cycle in. Oh no! Stepping out of bounds there. He does get hit with some of that Wildcat fire.
3, 2, 1, blast on.
You can also see in rotation on both sides here the hammer. That is going to be our shotgun weapon. Lots of projectiles, but all with just a tiny bit of precision. In fact, there is a curving variant of it that you unlock later on that is still considered to be one of the... Oh, no! Oh, my gosh! Stepping out of bounds, getting absolutely zapped to death. And we've got our orange player over there taking the win. Very well played. All right, folks. How confident are you in your abilities? Pretty confident. Okay, all right. I do this at every show, so as stated previously, I'm pretty good at this game. And I'm pretty overconfident in my abilities. So, for the next 15 minutes, there's going to be a bit of an open bounty here. If you can beat me in Blaston, I will use a standard loadout. I won't do anything too crazy, but I will be trying to show off for the crowd that we got here. I will give you $50. This isn't mag points. This isn't anything. I will just give you a $50 bill, and you can go on your merry way. So I'm going to take my headset back over here. And we're going to go ahead and load into some games over there if you guys are down for it. And this, of course, for any of you who have signed the waiver, feel free to approach me in between games. We'll get you in a headset. You can go ahead and try, but we're going to go ahead and show off a little bit here.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll take those controllers back too. All right. And we're just going to keep commentating. All right, test 1, 2. Okay, I have a little bit of a meme loadout for y'all today. Gonna wait for our friend to get in. Here, 1 sec. You good? 830-595. TM4. All right, so as I was talking about before, there are a lot of different types of weapons. So I've selected all of the thrown weapons here. So these are your nades. For each nade, they're going to have about a 3-second cooldown before they fire off towards your opponent, automatically homing in, as well as the frostbite. So I'm going to try and get fancy this first round, and I'm just going to use the snowball. So come on at me, man. Ooh, caught you on the hand. Pretty nice. Ooh, almost got him. Yeah. Now I'm gonna get a little bit fancy. So as I was talking about before, every weapon has collision. So I can actually just throw my weapons at him and kill him that way as well. Doesn't do much damage.
3, 2, 1.
But it's more for the stuns, let's be honest. And every time I'm hitting him with one of these snowballs, his entire view is being blocked by frost. Oh, I did end up running into one of those Novas. Good job. There we are. And you can see I'm using a bit of a technique here. Rather than even spending the time to pick up and aim, I'm just basically tapping as I'm throwing it off. There we are. Very well played. Good job, good job. All right, I'm gonna do one more. I'm just gonna show off what each one of these grenades does. There we go. This might go a little bit faster.
3, 2, 1, blast on.
You guys have seen the hammer nade, the shotgun nade. Just throwing shrapnel out everywhere. We have the Majestic nade, which rather is going to send out a beam cage that is going to create a hazard on my opponent's field. We have Lance nade, which is going to be a beam. Got to stay persistent. Oh, you're getting zapped. You're getting zapped. Don't do that. The Avalanche nade. This one's a little bit of a hybrid. As these beams hit my opponent, they're going to create little beam cages that are going to be doing continuous damage over time. And lastly, my favorite, the Nova nade.
Blast on.
The Nova nade is going to make an entire Nova just for me. And as you can see, it's pretty dang fast. So, because each opponent's only going to get 100 health, that does 20 damage. All I need to do is hit you an additional 4 times. Oh no, stepping out of bounds. Oh, great job, great job. Can we get a round of applause for him, please? Go put it.
All right, welcome back, everybody.
3, 2,
So, as I stated before, there are a lot of weapons in this game where you can actually curve your bullets, right? So how you're going to do that is as you're bringing your weapon in, you're going to kind of lead the bullet in the direction you want to head in, and then it'll put that curve on top of it. So this kind of leads, like many fighting games, to kind of standard setups. One standard setup is stepping forward and doing a sort of uppercut motion with your other hand, which looks like this. And you can see I'm covering that whole left-hand side of his podium, and then I can also do it reversed if I want to. So all these weapons, well, most of the weapons I'm going to be using, all curve. As I talked about, this is our hammer ellipse. Also going to be curving. And the default strength of this weapon is not just in the fact that it can curve, but also the fact that it's slow. And that's actually not it's not a drawback, it's a feature. Because as I'm firing the weapon, I can continuously step forward and have the bullets hit him at the same time. So again, kind of mixing a PvP and a bullet hell and how you're setting up these sort of strengths. And you can fire at me, man, while I'm talking. I can take it, I promise you. This time I will just be using my favorite curved weapon, though. This is the, that one isn't going to. If you want to catch this one, here. Get ready to catch. There you go. That one will curve. There you go. You got 3 shots. It's got 3 shots. There you go. Very well played. Okay, I'm just going to be using my Raptor Ellipse here. This is a favorite among a lot of players. It does fairly decent damage. It has a very low cooldown. So, and you can really go in and be aggressive with it because of that. Come on, man. Come on, man. You got this. You can't just... Ooh, there you go. See? See? Can we get some encouragement for him, folks? Oh, no. Stepping out of bounds. All right. We'll do one more. This will be a best of 3 set. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. There you go. This time, really come at me.
2,
Put the pressure.
1, blast on.
There we go. That's not the one that curves. This is the one that curves. We're pretty... Pretty good. Try the uppercut motion for me. Step forward, uppercut. There you go. That's it right there. Beautiful, beautiful. Another very popular tactic. I have both of my snipers here, but only one of them is going to curve. So I can essentially give a change up by aiming one in one direction and then firing the other one to curve in the other spot. There we go. The other classic combo is setting up something like the hammer ellipse. And then finding the spot where he's standing and going in with a precision weapon. Ooh.
Round is over.
Very well.
Three, two, one. Blast on.
All right. So as I was talking about before, too, bullets can be used for both protection and offense. So you can see that after a couple of shots, I was able to just fire completely through his Nova. But with a weapon like that, you're not going to have a lot of collision. So if he tries to shoot down one of my bullets, he's going to have to do a lot more. Yeah. Ooh, I lost it. start. Very well played. Can we get him a round of applause, please? All right, go ahead and put your headset on the ground. All right, welcome back, folks.
3,
This is going to be our last game of this session for sure. So I've actually gone ahead and I've broken out my main playset. So we call this Nova Lovers because we do love some Novas. And what I want to talk about is positioning. So in a lot of fighting games, positioning is really, really important. And just like that in Blaston, it is as well. So it's not a ton of time, but if I'm at the back of my station, I have more time to react to whatever my opponent is throwing at me. However, if I go right to the front of my station, I'm almost halfway to him, right? Which means that I can put a lot of pressure immediately that I wouldn't be able to otherwise. And where this becomes really powerful is when you transition from those two spots. So our little Wildcat over here, it's dodge if I were to just spray and pray, right? Well, 2 of those bullets hit, but just pretend that they didn't. But if I were to move with the gun, now that's a line of bullets, right? And now I've also put myself in a more aggressive position if I wanted to follow up with something else. So something like this, and then put a Nova down. Another option is to go ahead and block off a part of your opponent's stage and then force them to do something. I actually missed there for sure. I meant to hit that on the back of the podium so that when he had pressure, he would have to back off.
30 seconds.
There we are. There we are. Those are like big old shields.
15 seconds.
There we go. So the main use case with this build is to use your Novas to just keep continuous pressure on your opponent, and then at some point throw out that nade and start to do damage. Very well played. All right. I'm going to start building a lot of these principles together, but I want to touch on just one last thing for y'all. So go ahead and fire whatever gun you want at me. So as these bullets are coming towards me, I'm going to go ahead and throw my weapon up into them and then catch it again. Oop, I missed that time, but this is called drop blocking. This is actually emergent play. This was not intended by the developers. But again, due to the byproduct of how all these rules are working together in virtual reality, we're able to block bullets with guns as well. So it makes the lower cooldown weapons, see, you actually did it right there, very good. It makes the lower cooldown weapons even more important and allows you to be aggressive with your builds. You don't need a shield if you're able to block with the weapons themselves. I'll jump behind you! Again, using my bullets as sort of a impromptu shield and getting him to move over.
1 minute.
There you go. Very well played. All right, we're going to do one more match. This time I'm going to bring it all together and show you guys everything all at once. So you ready?
Three, two, one. Blast on.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and start us off by setting up a bit of a hazard, keeping pressure on. There we go. If I'm lucky, he runs into one of them. I'm not very lucky. But now I know he doesn't have a shield. So I'm going to work to start to block his vision and do this sort of little pattern. And this is going to force him to move in between my two Novas here, which sets me up for the Thunder. Oh, when he does end up running into one of the Novas as well. And that is a 24-second round right there.
3, 2, 1. Blast on.
All right. I'll start out with the Nova Nade this time. Try to get as close as possible to him when it pops. That actually wasn't a great setup. I don't really have a shield to block that second Nova. It's going to be annoying, so I just use my Raptor to take it out. Going in with the Wildcat as I progress to the front of the stage. And I'm pretty much just going to fire directly up. And hopefully that's going to go ahead and end up at the back of this play area. Keep the pressure on. Hopefully he doesn't look up. Oh, and he gets hit with two of them. Now, these two Novas have collided. I know that one more bullet is going to be able to take it out. That's what we call the Nova map. And there we are. All right, give him a round of applause, folks.
Player win.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you all so much for joining. Again, at 7 o'clock tonight, we are going to be having our Blaston knockout bracket. If you're interested in joining up on that, we have our tablets right over there with the tournament sign-up form. Go ahead and put your name down. You'll have the chance to win even more MAG points. I've been Dr. Oolong. Just remember, a doctor a day keeps the assholes away. Appreciate y'all joining and stick around for our brigade dev session.